by ECET, a report to the Committee on Ethics, Conduct, and Public Petition in respect of the petition from Dr. Uba Anichebe and 3 others on behalf of ECET Progressive Forum on the alleged unwarranted killings and attack on ECET neighborhood guards by officers of the Nigerian Army in ECET, UD, local government of Enugu State. With your kind permission, Mr. President, may I lead the report?
Senator.
Of citizens against any form of injustice, the Senate, Federal Republic of Nigeria, at its plenary session on Thursday, 6 July 2023, received a petition from Dr. Uba Anichebe and 3 others on behalf of ECET Progressive Forum on the alleged unwarranted killings and attack on ECET neighborhood. Neighborhood Watch by some personnel of the Nigerian Army in ECET community, Ede local government area, Enugu State. The petition was laid on the floor of the Senate by distinguished Senator Ugu Osita, Enugu West Senatorial District of Enugu State, in pursuant of Order 40, Rule 1 and 2 of the Standing Orders of the Senate, 2023 as amended. Accordingly, pursuant to Order 40, Rule 3 of the Standing Order of the Senate, 2023 as amended, the petition was referred to the Senate Committee on Ethics, Code of Conduct and Public Petition for detailed hearing and further legislative action. The petition was referred to the committee via the Senate votes and proceedings of Thursday, 6 July 2023. Consequent upon the Senate resolution and referral, the committee met, reviewed the petition, considered its mandate, and resolved that in addressing the issues contained in the petition, it will consider the provisions of the following statutory instruments, documents, and general principles necessary for arriving at appropriate recommendations to the Senate. 1. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Senate Standing Orders, Army of Forces Act Cap A20 LFN 2004, the National Defense Policy, General Principles of Justice, Fairness, and Equity. The committee further resolved to invite the following parties to a public hearing on the matter with a view to unearth the truth, determine the veracity of the claims, and arrive at appropriate recommendation to the Senate. The petitioner, Dr. Uba Anichebe, on behalf of ECET Progressive Forum, and the respondent, the Nigerian Army. The 2 parties appeared before the committee on Tuesday, 21st November 2023 and Tuesday, 20th February 2024. Accordingly, the committee concluded...
Senator, could you please summarize it so that maybe yes, you abridge the report? Then we soon can go to recommendations. Huh?
Yes. The committee conducted hearing on the petition on Tuesday, 20th February 2024. Testimonies and submissions were received, and the petitioners and the respondents were both heard. We are both heard on the matter. The observation. The ECET Neighborhood Guards is a vigilante organization established by ECET Neighborhood Forum and registered under the Enugu State Neighborhood Association and Watch Law of 2006 to complement the efforts of the Nigerian Army, its sisters agencies, and other paramilitary agencies in combating the security challenges around ECET community in Udi local government area of Enugu State. 2, that even though across the globe military aid to civilian authorities in time of need is a legal non-called duty of the armed forces in Nigeria, the practice is fraught with several challenges, mainly human rights abuses and extrajudicial killings. That 3, the lack of synergy, coordination, and communication between the troops, the neighborhood watch, and the police, which led to the untimely death of the 2 victims, is highly regrettable. 4, that a traffic gridlock around AMA breweries caused by the vehicles that stopped along the road in order not to run into the armed robbers made it impossible for the Eke neighborhood watch to arrive at the crime scene with their patrol vehicle, whereby making their proper identification by the soldiers very difficult, if not impossible. 5, that the timely arrival and intervention of Nigerian police, who identified the victims, prevented further escalation of the ugly incident. 6, that prior to the incident of 29 June 2023, the Army, the police, and the Eke neighborhood watch had a cordial relationship and shared information. However, they failed to properly communicate about the armed robbery incident of June 29 of 2023. Our recommendations. In view of the observations and findings above, the committee hereby recommend as follows. 1, that the Senate do direct the Nigerian Army to pay a condolence visit to Eke community in Enugu local government area, Enugu State, to condole with the families of the deceased, sympathize with the injured, and pay some compensation. 2, that the Senate do direct the Nigerian Armed Forces discharging non-core duty in aid of civil authorities to always ensure that they educate the civilian population about their rules of engagement, modes of operations, and the importance of information sharing. 3, that the Senate do direct the Nigerian Armed Forces, the Nigerian Police Force, and the other paramilitary organizations to always ensure that they place high premium on interagency cooperation and collaboration as a means of achieving the target objectives of the Nigerian defense policy. 4, that the Senate do commend the Chief of Army Staff for responding to the invitation of the committee and for the quick resolution of the matter. That is 5, that the Senate do direct its committee on compliance to ensure that the resolution of the Senate in this matter is complied with. Conclusion. Your Excellency, distinguished colleagues, federal legislatures connect people to their government by giving them a place where their needs can be articulated and their complaint heard and resolved accordingly. In Parliament across the globe, protection of civil liberties and constitutional rights of citizens against all forms of injustice are among the most important vehicles for the manifestation of the representative role of legislature. Finally, on behalf of the committee, I wish to express our profound gratitude to His Excellency the President of the Senate and my distinguished colleagues for the opportunity given to us to serve Nigerians in this capacity. I so submit for consideration.
Can finally rest in peace, and they will bring justice and a closure to this matter. Mr. President, from the conclusion, I can say that I'm satisfied, and I want to appreciate the efforts of the committee who conducted this very tedious investigation. I think if the recommendation is fully implemented, we can say that justice is served. Thank you, Mr. President.
So let's now do direct the Nigerian Army to pay a condolence visit to AK community in the Udi local government area, Enugu State, to condole with the families of the deceased, sympathize with the injured, and pay some compensation. Those in favor of this prayer, please say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Recommendation 2, that the Senate do direct the Nigerian Armed Forces discharging non-core duty in aid of civil authorities to always ensure that they educate the civilian population about their rules of engagement, modes of operation, and the importance of information sharing. Those in favor of this recommendation, please say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. That the Senate do direct the Nigerian Armed Forces, the Nigerian Police Force, and other paramilitary organizations to always ensure that they place high premium on interagency cooperation and collaboration as a means of achieving the target objectives of the national defense policy. Those in favor of this recommendation, please say aye. Those against say nay, the ayes have it. That the Senate do commend the Chief of Army Staff for responding to the invitation of the committee and for the quick resolution of the matter. Those in favor of this recommendation, please say aye. Those against say nay, the ayes have it. That the Senate do direct its committee on compliance to ensure that the resolution of the Senate in this matter is complied with. Is it not good to also add the Committee on Army? Mr. Nelda? Committee on Army should be added as well, right?
Very well, Mr. President.
Someone to move the motion. Are you moving the motion by, okay, Senator Victor Ume?
Thank you, Mr.
Of the motion for the amendment of this recommendation as moved by Senator Victor Ume and seconded by Senator Benson Agadaga, please say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator Nelda, Chairman, Committee on Ethics, Code of Conduct and Public Petitions, and the membership of your committee for a job well done. You have done very well to resolve this matter, and I think this matter should now put to its final rest. Thank you very much. You've done a wonderful job. More grace to your elbows. Continue to do this for the interests of the Senate and the entire country. Well, thank you very much. The President of the Senate, the Leader of the Senate, sorry.